Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Football Talk. And your boy is back at it again with another reaction video. Today I will be reacting to College Football 26 presentation full reveal, baby. Woo! Now, I actually have not seen EA on their YouTube channel drop a trailer or like a deep dive or something like that for the presentation. So I don't know if this is like, well, it's from Eric Rayweather, by the way. Shout out to Eric Rayweather. Original video will be linked in the description down below. This is a long one. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to see in this one, but I'm just ready to sit back, relax, let Eric Rayweather talk, and let's see. Let's go, baby.
College Football 26 presentation deep dive that EA Sports just dropped. Now, this video is presented by.
Wait, so they did drop? Where is it? Hold on right quick. One second, guys. So they did drop, let me see. Cause now I'm confused. I cannot find the actual trailer for it. Yeah, I might have to do some more digging and see. But I mean, we got Eric Rayweather. He's gonna talk about it, so more information about it. So let me see.
By the EA Creator Network, and they did get me the information a little bit early so that I could get this video ready for you. So we're gonna dive into everything they've done with presentation this year. We're gonna go over new mascots, dynamic lighting, new team runouts, and more. And also, don't forget the Dynasty deep dive is coming tomorrow. So we're getting a bunch of information.
Yeah, I did see that. So we got Dynasty deep dive tomorrow.
You're not gonna want to miss that. We're also gonna have a Road to Glory.
Your boy will be reacting to that.
If you don't want to miss any of that, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you get that information as soon as it drops. Trying to hit 650K subs before the release of this game, so if everybody watching just subscribed, we can hit that number in a couple days. Now, there's no trailer or video for this specific deep dive. There will be one tomorrow for Dynasty. The presentation deep dive.
Okay. He just answered what I was looking for. So there was no trailer, anything like that. Cause I'm like, wait, what? I didn't see anything from EA. Like I'm subscribed to the channel and stuff. Like bruh, that had me so like, what? What is happening?
Today is just a big blog, and it does have some.
Okay, so it's a blog post.
And they start off by saying that they delivered good presentation last year for 25, but they really wanted.
They did a wonderful job.
26, they felt like they laid a good foundation last year, but they want to keep building on top of that. Is dynamic time of day. In-game lighting is
dynamic time of day.
Stunning game. It says that we've made major improvements in this area for College 26. Our improved lighting systems boost the realism of every scene, from the pre-game warm-ups to the post-game celebrations. One of the most requested features last year was dynamic time of day. Now, as you are playing the game, you'll notice a change in lighting from quarter to quarter. You could start a late afternoon game, and then it will be dark before you finish. But they're also going deeper than just that. They're adding regional time of day as well, which means a 6 p.m. kickoff in Chestnut Hill will look different from a 6 p.m. kickoff in Austin, reflecting each location's unique lighting. They're also adding
nah, this gonna be fire.
Will get darker sooner than those in September, adding a realism tied to the time of year. For example, a game that starts at 3:30 p.m. in Happy Valley in September will still have the sun up at 5 p.m., but a game in November, the sun will be down.
Nah, EA trying to really get the people that are really into this. They're trying to get them to buy this game right now.
Distinct whether it's a sunny afternoon matchup or a primetime game under the lights. Now let's move on to some more pageantry stuff here. It says one of the most exciting additions for College 26 is the evolution of pregame runouts and pageantry. These celebrate the unique traditions and energy of each school. It says this year we've upgraded runouts, introducing a tiered system that adapts to the game's context and reflects each program's individuality. Whether it's a primetime game, a rivalry, or a quick matchup in your road to the college football playoff grind, our new runout system ensures that every game is tailored to the moment. So this starts with Epic Runouts, which is primetime pageantry. It says reserved for special night games across iconic locations. Epic Runouts aim to create the best primetime experience. These sequences include light and drone shows drawing from the many real-world references. The focus is to immerse players in the thrilling atmosphere of a major matchup.
I wonder, does LSU do LSU have? No, I don't think so.
At center stage, hyping up the crowd at South Carolina University, where the stakes are high and the energy level hits at an all-time high. One standout feature for College 26 is the use of light and drone shows in the pregame experience. These visual displays are inspired by reality and tailored to each team, adding authenticity and excitement to the game. Teams with light shows include Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Nebraska, South Carolina, Tennessee, North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Texas State, UCF, Boston College, Notre Dame, Rutgers, and UCLA. Each light show is tailored to reflect the school's tradition and stadium vibe.
That is a
For
lot.
example, for Alabama, the stadium lights up in red, creating a bold visual that matches the Crimson Tide's strength. For Tennessee, the light up T shines brightly, capturing the spirit of the Volunteers.
Hold on, Eric. I'm sorry, but this, oh my god, this is a screenshot from the game? This looks like real life. Like I've seen this before in video, like on YouTube videos of compilations. Yo, nah, ain't gonna lie, Tennessee do have a fire entrance though. But look at this, look at this. And I know in Madden they're gonna have the real like things showing up in on these screens like it is like in real life. I don't know if college is gonna do the exact same thing. I haven't heard Eric talk about it, so I don't know. That would be cool though.
For North Carolina, spotlights move across the field, adding drama to the Tar Heels entrance. But we also have
I don't think I've ever seen the Tar Heels one.
Merging technology with school pride.
And I live in North
example,
Carolina.
Clemson's drone will form a tiger paw in the sky, while Ohio State's drone creates a recognizable Block O and Brutus the Buckeye.
I've never
Drone
seen
shows
that.
include Arizona State, Cal, Florida, LSU, Texas, Ohio State.
Woo,
These shows
LSU!
display intricate aerial patterns that blend advanced technology with school pride. For Texas, the drones create the famous Longhorn logo in the sky, making stunning visual statement before the game. For LSU, the drones illuminate the night with purple and gold designs, honoring the Tigers' rich heritage. Now those are the epic.
Why haven't I seen this?
Runouts, and it says tradition and atmosphere, what we all know and love. The team runouts
And I'm an
build on the
LSU
foundation
fan.
of last year's sequences, incorporating more traditions and new mascots. So some new stuff they've added this year is Ohio and Utah. The motorcycles lead the runout, adding power and excitement to the entrance. For South Carolina, it says the iconic Cockaboose arrives, celebrating the Gamecocks' unique tradition. For the Oklahoma Sooners, the Cherished Wagon rides onto the field, representing the spirit of the Sooners. And they've also added some more team runouts than just that, but those are just some of the examples that they gave. Then they also got something that's called quick runouts, which is streamlined for speed. It says these sequences are shorter versions of the standard runouts, offering a quick experience without losing the essence of college football. This is going to be the default for the road to the college football playoff online mode, which caters to ranked players prefer efficiency. But they also
I like the
got player
options
for
that they
unranked
have.
opponents at home. So maybe for the unranked opponents, you get a quicker run out. For the rivalry games, for big opponents, you're going to get more of the standard runouts. And then for the night games, for the really big games, you're going to get more epic runouts. So kind of tailoring it to the hype of the game in a way. But they've also added
I love that
some different
change.
stuff for Road to Glory here that they mentioned. It said Road to Glory
Ain't gonna lie,
runouts
this
are
fire
specifically
too.
designed for the Road to Glory experience, offering a more personal view where you are actually in the run out from the tunnel to running across the field. Unlike
Oh
other runouts, the
my
Road to Glory runout
goodness,
sequence uses a player-controlled
what?
camera that gives you the perspective of your athlete. Use the right stick to look around in the tunnel and up at the fireworks blasting off along the top of the press box. As you hear 80 to 100
EA, you're doing your thing. I think it was Texas A&M, cause it was a compilation of like the best college football entrances or something like that. I'm sure you guys have probably seen it on YouTube. And it was one clip where the cameraman was like, no. I think it was the cameraman. He was actually like in the tunnel with them and coming out. And I think it was Texas A&M. This is gonna be epic, bro. Imagine Death Valley at night with your boy. And I'm looking right, left, center, and I'm ready. I'm on the pound. I'm a tiger. Let me out of my cage, cause I'm ready to devour.
100,000 fans screaming. And this is pretty cool. They did show us this when we were down at EA. So when you're running out with your player in Road to Glory, you can look around the tunnel at the players around you. When you're running out onto the field, you can look around the stadium, which is cool. It's just a nice little touch.
This
Not
is
something
going to
that's gonna
be
make or break
epic.
the mode, but something that just makes you feel a little bit more immersed in your career mode, which I think is pretty cool. Moving on to band formations, it says also keep an eye out for iconic pregame band formations across teams such as Illinois, Appalachian State, Minnesota, Penn State, Louisiana Lafayette, and many, many more. So there's going to be more band formations in the game this year that you will see, I guess, for pregame and things like that. Maybe even in the middle of the game, like at a halftime or something. So it's cool
Nah,
that they're
that's
just
fine.
adding a little more
Bro,
touches onto
the
that
bands
presentation.
are like some of the most underrated things in college football. Oh, we got the
It
mascot.
says for College Ball 26, we prioritize expanding and improving these features to bring even more authenticity and personality to the game. We heard your feedback from last
Oh
year,
my
and this
God.
year we're excited to introduce
It's like a
new
damn
mascots
nightmare.
and touchdown/turnover traditions that celebrate each program's uniqueness. So here are all the new mascots that were added this year. There's quite a bit of them, so I'm going to have them up in a few separate screenshots for you to look at. So you can see we've got
They
Utah
all look so.
in the game,
God
Iowa,
damn.
Arkansas, Duke. We've got Kansas and Kansas State, Mississippi State, Boise State, Boston College.
Have I ever
Louisville,
seen the Boise
Pittsburgh,
State mascot?
SMU, Army and Navy, NC State, Ohio, East Carolina, South Florida, Northwestern, Washington State and Oregon State, Rutgers, Kentucky, Missouri, Air Force, Arizona, Baylor, Cincinnati, Iowa State, Texas State, Akron, Bowling Green, Wyoming,
I
Colorado
definitely have
State,
never seen the
Coastal
Akron one.
Carolina, and even the Pop-Tart Bowl mascot, which is
Oh, we
favorite.
got the
So yes,
Pop-Tart
even the
Bowl
Pop-Tart Bowl
mascot.
has its own
Bro,
mascot, adding a
he
wonderful
is
charm to the
so
game.
cool, bruh.
That's probably gonna be most
He's
people's
one of my
favorite right there,
favorites
other than your
of
favorite
the
teams that
bowl
they've
week.
added. So a lot of good additions here with the mascots. I think we
You
had
can't
around
go wrong
50
with
last
good
year, so
Pop-Tart.
now
Come
with
on
this,
now.
It looks like we're maybe around 80-ish, which is pretty cool. A lot of the bigger schools should all have their people in the game at this point. And of course, each of these mascots will have their own.
My
flair.
God, stop showing the
They're gonna
NC
do
State
real
one.
life
It's like a
things for the
damn
most part,
nightmare.
so they're gonna act like you would see if you were watching your team play. Moving over to the turnover traditions, we saw a good amount of this last year, and it looks like they've added quite a bit more because this is such a big part of college
The
football
ducking
now,
one
celebrating
was like the
unique,
highlight for me.
capturing the excitement and pride of impactful plays. So here are some of the standout additions. So they're saying standout, which means maybe there's even more than this. It says Texas and Arizona turnover swords. Both teams have introduced turnover swords, adding a distinct flair to their celebrations. Look out for those footballs stacking up for Arizona. So yes, the more turnovers you get with Arizona, they will keep stacking balls on the sword like they do in real life. The Akron turnover tire is placed around a player.
I didn't even know Akron
Successful
had
fumble
this.
recovery. Georgia's
When they
Savage Pads
showed
were
this, I
added.
was like, wait,
TCU
what?
Froghorn. The Horned Frogs celebrate
What in the
touchdowns with
hell?
Froghorn, a beloved tradition among fans and players. Oklahoma State paddles. The fans celebrate with their symbolic paddles, showing their passion in Stillwater. Liberty player hand sign. Liberty players signal with unique hand signs after big plays, showcasing the program's pride and unity. Nebraska balloons. After a touchdown, Nebraska fans release balloons into the sky. And it's
I did
just
see
more.
that
So
when,
more turnover
they
celebrations,
faced
more touchdown celebrations. Again,
Colorado, I
these things
think.
do in real life or fans do in real life. We want to see that in the game because it makes it feel more unique, more authentic. Moving on to rivalries, it says another area that we concentrated on was adding more rivalry game trophies, a big differentiator for college football. It says go out there and compete for the Battle of the Bones and try to collect them all for your trophy room. Make sure to check out the Dynasty Deep Dive tomorrow to learn more about that. Moving on to player likeness, it says last year they created over 12,000 player likenesses without traditional scanning methods, and they said, this year they're trying to make it even better. They're trying to build on what they did last year with the AI learning and the faces and stuff, because obviously you can't scan that many players in the game. It's just not
Facts.
feasible. So it says there's a new standard this year.
Hell, it's hard for Madden to get
This year we're
everybody
improving
in.
player authenticity. In College Football 25, we established a strong base of player likeness variations. For College 26, we improved the fidelity for all player heads with the newly upgraded machine learning based pipeline. They also expanded player body types, which is something they absolutely needed to do. Some of those QBs last year looked massive. It just was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Because
that was
college
one of the
athletes come in
complaints I
sizes, and we
saw.
wanted to showcase that diversity. This year, we introduced a lean body type to better represent the physiques of many college athletes, including quarterbacks, defensive backs, and wide receivers. So we should see the slimmer guys look slimmer this year, not look nearly as bulky as
Like
they
to
last
see
year.
that.
They also did some work with jersey deformation and wrinkle simulation. It says this new feature adds a dynamic layer to the gameplay, especially alongside our
Ooh.
physics-based tackling. We use machine
Yo,
learning
y'all
to
see
train
this right
talented
here?
player
Right here.
animations for realistic jersey deformation, improving the visual
Look at
fidelity
this.
of every play. It says these updates ensure that every player from the star quarterback to the
That is
underappreciated
crazy
special team
detail
player
right
looks
there.
and feels like they belong on the field. Uniforms are key to college football's identity, showcasing the pride and uniqueness of each program. In College 26, we've made significant progress in expanding and updating uniform options, ensuring that every team from high schools to FCS programs look their best on the field. For high school uniforms, it says we introduced a mix of classic and modern styles for high school teams. These designs will be unique to each high school, so whether you prefer traditional designs or modern looks, these uniforms capture the essence of high school football. But it says players can also import custom teams from Team Builder for even more personalization, which I think a lot of people are probably going to do that. Some more updates for uniforms. It says throughout the year, our team continues to review uniforms to keep teams current with real world changes. For example, Delaware and Missouri State's assets are brand new and included along with other updates to many teams. This includes over 25 new helmet options and other items not included in College 25. And it says they've also addressed multiple community feedback notes, such as fixing the color shift on Arizona's maroon helmet and the nameplate clipping into the stripes on the LSU jersey, and others to ensure details are
Oh, that was a problem?
accurate. Moving on to head coaches, it says they have 300 coach likenesses in College.
This will
26.
always
This
be a
includes
fire
coaches and a
screenshot right
large
here.
amount of real offensive and defensive coordinators, which we already kind of knew that, but they're just reiterating it here in this deep dive. This is an interesting one that says the student, crowd, and secondary characters. It says college football is as much about the atmosphere as the game itself. The excitement of the crowd, the energy of the student
Facts.
section, and passion
That's
across the whole
50%.
crowd all add to the magic of game day. For College 26, they've added 1,700 plus new heads for secondary characters. It says we created a wide variety of new heads to ensure that the crowd feels as lively and diverse as the players on the field. It also says they did some stuff with strand hair simulation. It says this new hair technology adds realism to characters from cheerleaders to student sections when we zoom in on the camera. It also says student, hero, crowd, and cheerleaders. These characters have been upgraded to match the detail of our players, ensuring that every aspect of the game feels connected and immersive. And it says, yes, we heard the memes about last year, that one super fan who seemed to appear in every game. He's now watching from home, replaced by a more varied and authentic crowd. So, yeah, last year, I mean, crowd was fine in my opinion last year for the first game.
Yeah,
They're
it looked
trying to
like
make
it.
better. You don't want to see the exact same fan. At
Yeah,
Ellis
that's true.
Stadium, which we saw last year. You want to make them also look as
I didn't even know
realistic
that
as
was a
possible. Some of the
meme.
fans
I gotta,
seem a little
I gotta
crazy at
see
times.
like
So it
what
looks like
was
they're
that
just doing
about.
work to vary up the crowd, make it look more unique. Each time you load into a game, you kind of see something different there, which is cool. Moving on to audio and commentary, it says we're excited to bring back our two commentary teams from college.
Yeah, let's go, baby,
Additional
commentary.
hours in the booth and recorded 15,000 new lines to build
Bro,
their initial College 25
that
content.
is
This year
incredible.
we've added more content around rivalry games, Battle of the Bones, Wagon Wheel, Battle for I-10, for example, the college football playoff, and the callouts and recaps on significant results from 2024. Everything from the Texas early visit to Michigan last year to the 8 OT Classic between Georgia and Georgia Tech, capping it off with each of the
Greatest game I've
2024
ever
college football playoff
witnessed.
games in case anyone was looking for payback. We've also added banter around coaches and players from last year. Having real coaches as a part of College 26, it's something that our commentary teams thoroughly enjoyed exploring for the first time. As for the players, some of the players will be mentioning having returned this upcoming season to help lead the way in a push towards the playoffs, and some teams will be looking for answers and replacing the production of players who left. Finally, we want to add to your story throughout the
okay.
season, whether in Dynasty or Road to Glory, and hearing how your season is progressing through the commentary is important.
Oh,
Creating
I
talking
like
points about
that.
postseason results from the previous year, national ranking check-ins, reliance on the transfer portal, your recruiting results, and how you as a player are progressing through an individual game will help make the season feel more alive. So that's good. I mean, commentary definitely could have been better last year, so it sounds like they're working on it. Making it a
Oh,
little
wasn't
bit
like
more
that
authentic
good.
this year, making
I
it
heard a lot of good things
easier
about
to
commentary
modes, which I think is very
in
important. So we'll see how
25.
that plays out. Moving on to the music, it says, beyond putting our commentary together, one of our favorite things is working on the wide variety of music. It says for PA music, fan favorites from last year have returned in Sandstorm, Zombie Nation, Tsunami, and of course Mobamba. But this year we've added those iconic
I got
stadium songs with Shipping Up to Boston, Mr.
hugs.
Brightside, Seven Nation Army, and Enter Sandman, and more. So there's going to be more than even that. Fans of
Oh,
school
yeah,
students use
baby.
some of these songs for iconic moments every Saturday, like Virginia Tech and Michigan. We hope you enjoy being able to recreate those iconic moments at home with your friends. And then that brings us to the marching band. First off, the press start screen is going to sound a bit different from last year. That's because we worked with Auburn University Marching Band under the leadership of marching band director Corey Sperlin, I believe that's how you say his name.
Oh, okay.
Record a version of our theme for College 26. Additionally, we're excited to launch this year with 88 new pieces of marching band music to enhance the experience for our players. We scoured message boards, Reddit threads, and even tuned in to some passionate streamers looking for iconic songs players were seeking after launch last year. So there's going to be a lot more band songs in the game in general. I think we're going to hear a lot of this in the menu, so we're not just going to hear the same drumline beat from last year, thank God. And then it also adds on here, SMU, y'all are crazy with those different fight song variations. And Houston will always be talking about the Cougars, so I guess they're just hinting at some stuff that is in the game. And here they actually do mention the drumline. It says, as part of the 88 new pieces of music, we have 20 new drumline tracks to feature in-game as part of the menu, so we won't hear the same one as last year over and over and over. It also says here that they're proud to be pairing the drumline with 51 new fight songs from schools around the country and 16 pop song covers by the EA Sports College Football Marching Band. It says we recorded these 16 stadium rattling interpretations of songs from pop, rock, country, hip-hop, and beyond, including Blinding Lights, I Had Some Help, B.O.B., Swag Surfing, Get By, Focus, DNA.
Oh yeah, cause I'm swag. I'm surf. I'm swag. I'm surf. Bro, that is one of the most common ones that you hear.
Just like they would in real life. So
always gets you hype.
And that's not it. We got more here. It says chants and crowds. It says we focus on amplifying fight songs and rousers to bring the music and crowd together, and from adding the Maryland to the end of Maryland's victory song to the BGSU as part of Bowling Green's A Ziggy. Both new songs, by the way. These have been a blast to put together. It says one of the big focal points of the audio experience this year was to push our crowd chants even more where they were in College 25. So we recorded an additional 160 chants to feature in our game across all modes. Yes, even in high school and Road to Glory, there will be chants for the teams there. It says they've added
even in high school? Oh my goodness.
Them singing along to songs like Mr. Brightside and Enter Sandman. So not only will you hear it,
how does Mr. Brightside go?
Along with it, singing along.
I know I've heard it, but I just can't like picture it in my head.
Game is complete without a fired up crowd. Over the past year, we have been able
to
amplify and build out the crowd experience to make places like Tiger Stadium at LSU stand out. It says our partnership with ESPN in this area has been fantastic.
Ain't nothing like it, boys.
College Football 26 will have added recordings from over 40 games from the 2024 season. And it says they also added new in-game broadcast graphics. It says we have refreshed the game with a new style and all new broadcast banners throughout the game from the first time you enter the field between quarters and halftime stat updates. Entering the field, you can trigger a large variety of different information from game to game, such as comparing top players between the team, a lineup view of the defensive lineup, a crew of the top talented running backs, comparing the QBs against each other, or featuring the team's top impact players of the game. So yeah, all in all, it sounds like they're taking what they did last year with 25, which I thought was pretty solid presentation for the first.
Definitely was more than even solid, in my opinion.
More runouts,
I mean, it was
great. More stuff for rivalries, more commentary, more music, which I think is actually really cool because that's like the harder stuff to get sometimes. So they got more music, more crowd chants.
Bro, I cannot wait to see like these.
I mean, I think all this is good stuff. At this point, I would say the one big thing I hope they work on in the future is like a crazy halftime show. And since they did do that for Madden this year, I would think maybe next year we get that for this game. But all in all, they're doing pretty good.
Oh, yeah, halftime show. Yeah, definitely. That would be cool.
I can't wait to get my hands on the game and kind of just see it all firsthand. Now, if you want to know everything we learned about gameplay for College Football 26,
man, oh man, was that a lot? But I was here for it. Presentation, if you're new to my channel, is like one of the things I absolutely loved in College Football 25, and to hear them building on it and added even more things that I wasn't even thinking of and addressing issues I didn't even know about. Come on, man. Them screenshots look so good, especially the coming out of the tunnel and stuff like that, and with your player you can look right to left like that, bro. Oh, I'm blown away. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys are excited just like I am. Let me know in the comments below what was your favorite thing about this. Love you guys. See you guys in the next one.